Hello biology lovers, my name is Dukunimana Paul. In this video, I'm going to talk about cell. To get good grade in biology is not still dream. So previous video number 1, I have talked about introduction to classification. Video number 2, I have talked about introduction to biodiversity. Video number 3, I have talked about microscopy. Today's video is about cell. So if you are a student of MCB, PCB or candidate, or you are having a course related with biology, you have to talk. So this video is going to talk about animal cell, plant cell, and each and everything related with cell. So stay with me because this video is very important. So I'm going to explain this in biology, which is fun like this. Make sure that you have to smile because studying is not war. So make sure you have make subscribe because if you're helping me this channel, I can explain biology senior 4, senior 5 up to senior 6 so that our content can be very understandable and helping those people who are struggling to pass national examination. So let's start. So unit number 4, cell structure and specialization, in this video is going to be very easy. So when we are talking about cell, this branch of biology we study cell is called cytology. Means cytology is the study of cell structure and function of the cell. Means cytology is a branch of biology which study cell. So cell itself, it is a basic unit of life which is surrounded by cell membrane and containing organelles such as mitochondria, Golgi body, rough endoplasmic, and so on, as we are going to see in this video. So cell is small, which is sized from 1 micrometer to 1 millimeter. It is a very small particle. When you see someone who discovered the cell is called Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke is a person who discovered cell in cork under compound microscopy. So it means when we say cell, it is basic unit of life surrounded by cell membrane as envelope, and in that envelope there is organelles which help cell to perform different function. So when we are talking about cell, there is a cell theory. Those who know biology, they know what we call cell theory. So there are 4 theories, as I'm going to tell you. Means that in the cell theory we are having many principles. Number 1, all living organism is made of 1 or more cells. Means if you are a human being, you are having a billion of cells. So cell theory, theory number 1 says all living organism is made up 1 or more cells. Another cell theory says that cells are basic unit of structure and function. Means any structure or function happen in your body is because there is a base, there is a cell. For example, respiration. You know, respiration is there are cells responsible for respiration. So all cells come from pre-existing cell by division. You know, there is cell division. Means a cell can divide and produce another cell. Means without cell division, no cell can be available. Means you are growing because your cells are being divided. Another cell theory, it says that cell contain hereditary information passed during cell division. Means cell contain DNA. When we say DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid is talking about hereditary information. Means children, they are having they are identical to their parents because they contain the cell like sperm from the father and over from the mother. They have hereditary information which is DNA, which is passing from generation to generation. So all of these 4 are cell theory. If they ask you to explain cell theory, this one, we have to say all living organism is made of 1 or more cells. Means you have to show everything here, and I think it is clear. You can read and understand. So there is another concept I should mention here, unicellular or multicellular. When you say uni, you are saying 1. When you are saying multi, you are saying many. Means some cells is made of 1 cell. So some organism is made of 1 cell, like bacteria, amoeba, and other organism made of 1 cell. While other organisms like me and you, are made of many cells. So explanation here, unicellular made up single cell. If they ask you what is unicellular organism, say is organism made of single cell, example bacteria. So when we come here, multicellular are organisms composed by many cells such as animals and plants. So let's go to anatomy or structure of the cell under electronic microscopy. Usually under light microscopy, cell is look like this. There is a cell membrane and the nucleus, the remaining it is cytoplasm. So this is when a cell under light microscopy, they have cell membrane, they have cytoplasm and the nucleus. But when we say ultrastructure, means ultrastructure are those structures produced by electronic microscopy as explained in the previous video of microscopy. So let we explain this diagram because in the national examination, a diagram like this come and asking to name A, B, C up to Z. So I'm requesting you to go with me. So by starting, let me highlight. This is cell membrane or plasma membrane. It is an envelope which protects the cell. We are having cytoplasm where all organelles are there. And then we have also nucleus. So those are a main part of the cell, either animal cell or plant cell. But what I'm talking here, I'm talking about animal cell. This is animal cell. So after understanding those three main parts, we can continuing by explaining cytoplasm. So in the cytoplasm, we are having the mitochondria, which produce energy. Energy. I will explain this later. We are having also Golgi apparatus, where there is this Golgi apparatus. We will see their function in detail later. Golgi apparatus, they are this one. This is Golgi body. So we are having also, I can highlight what. So in the nucleus, inside there is a nucleolus. So in the nucleolus here, this one, it is the nucleus. Here there is chromosomes, means the DNA are found here in the chromosome. This one are called chromatin. This one is called chromatin. So there is bolus here, which is called nucleolus here. When you go to the envelope of the nucleus, if you are seeing very well, there is things coming like sheet, these things coming like sheaf here. Those are called endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. So they can be either rough endoplasmic reticulum because they are having the ribosome. Those dots are called ribosome, which is a seat of photosynthesis. We are going to look at them later on. So after understanding here, we can talk about the what we call cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton are fibers found in the cytoplasm which maintain the strength or integrity of the cell. There is here intermediate filaments, they are fibers. There is microtubules. There is also microfilaments that are there as cytoskeleton to maintain the shape of the cell. So I have also to highlight here this rhizosome. This rhizosome, they contain many enzymes for destroying any virus or any pathogens in the cell. Means they contain hydrolytic enzyme which can kill any pathogen coming inside the cell. So there is many organisms. Pause and review and understand very well, because animal cell, it is very important question in your national examination or your daily life, because each and everything activities happening in your body is carried by one of these part of this cell. Either, for example, protein synthesis, ribosome. When we say respiration, mitochondria, means everything, any function in your body is happening because there is this cell. So after understanding animal cell, let's go on plant cell. So here there is plant cell. So plant cell, there are many structure which is similar to the animal cell. I want you to pause and review. When you look at this, they are supposed to have also cell membrane. So here there is cell membrane. Here there is nucleus. And also here there is cytoplasm as usual. Those are the three main parts of the cell. After understanding that, you have seen endoplasmic reticulum, rough or smooth. When we say rough, it's because they have a dot, which is ribosome. When we say rough, they have dots, means rough is not smooth. Smooth is lacking those dots, which is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Means if there is no ribosome, it is called endoplasmic reticulum. If there is ribosome, it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. So there is, for example, for the plant cell, there is a crucial part which is chloroplast. We will see this chloroplast in detail. We will see chloroplast in detail in the later on. So there is also mitochondria, rhizosome containing digestive enzymes, large vacuole. The plant cell, they have large vacuole, very large vacuole. So, and also they having the vesicles and so on, many parts. So as usual in the nucleus, there is nucleoplasma, means it is envelope of the nucleus. Nucleolus are the bolus inside the nucleus. Nucleoplasma, it is cytoplasma of the nucleus. While nuclear envelope is the envelope of the nucleus. There is also nuclear pore. These things also they are the same on the animal cell, even on the plant cell. So when we continue, but also there is also Golgi apparatus for the transport of those proteins from the cell to the extracellular. So let's have on the similarity of the animal cell and the plant cell. So pause and review. Parts are here. Keep in the mind, either plant or the animal cell, they have Golgi body, they have mitochondria, all of them they have endoplasmic reticulum. Either rough, if there is a dot, is called rough. If there is no dots, is called smooth. I think it is clear and understandable. This is rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is smooth endoplasmic reticulum because there is no ribosome. We will see this later on. Ribosome can be either fixed on endoplasmic reticulum or they can be freely in the cytoplasm. This also is possible. So there is nucleus in both, nucleolus, chromosome in both of them, rhizosome, peroxisome, and cytoskeleton. So all of them are there. So pause and review. These parts are very, very important. They can ask you the table showing we have Golgi body in both animal and plant cell, yes or not. We have mitochondria in both animal cell and plant cell, yes or not. It means this is very, very, very important. So here, centrosome, centrosome also is called the centriole, cytoplasma, and the plasma membrane, also another part. But this cytoplasma, it is common for here plant and the animal. Even the plasma membrane or cell membrane are also the same. But this centriole, we will see the difference later on. I think this similarity everyone have kept somewhere. Pause this video and then take your notebook and the pen. So similarity by talking about the some tautologies. Cell membrane means both plant and animal cell have a selective permeable cell membrane that encloses the cell. I think you're understanding cell membrane, it is the envelope which encloses the cell. So cytoplasma also, it is a portion of the cell outside the nucleus called cytoplasma, is present in both animal and plant cell. I hope it is common. When we say nucleus, both cell types, they contain true nucleus, either plant or animal cell, which control center of the which is the control center of the cell. It means they control all activity found in the cell, bounded by nuclear envelope. I hope those three main part of the cell you are understanding their role. Cell membrane, it protect or it is envelope of the cell. Cytoplasma, it is seat of the all activities in the cell. Nucleus, they control all activities of the cells. Thank you so much. So, I think you are understanding this clearly. By continuing the composition of the cells, when we say the composition, cells, they have chemical part. When you say chemical part, it means it is the chemistry or the ingredient in the cell. So, chemical composition, chemically, both plant and animal cell are composed by primary water. That's why we are advised to drink water, pint of water every day. Means your cell is composed by water. If there is no water, they are going to happen the problem. I will teach you the osmosis later on, teaching you about the role of water in the metabolism. So also protein, lipid, carbohydrate, and also inorganic salts. Also, those are the chemical composition of the cell. But in your head, remember that water, it is predominant. Means in high amount composition of the cell, it is water. Keep in head that. Also, cytoplasmic matrix. Cytoplasmic organelle in both cells type. Means cytoplasma, they contain many cells. Suspended in semi-fluid gel-like matrix called cytosol. Means some people they confuse term cytosol or cytoplasma. Means those fluid in cytoplasma is called cytosol. Means where organelles are swimming. Here are the difference between plant and animal cells. So take time and review because this is very, very important. Animal cell and plant cell are different in terms of their shape. When we say shape of animal cell are oval or spherical, but the shape of the plant cell, it is polygon, means can be pentagon. I hope you have seen their shape, how it is. So you see, it is somehow polygon, but this one it is oval. If you check here also see, somehow they are polygon, but this one it is oval. I hope the difference between animal cell and plant cell in terms of their shape, it is clear. Animal cell, it is oval, while plant cell, it is polygonal. Okay? I think you are. When you say polygon, they can be pentagon, hexagon, or what. So, when you come on plastid, when you say plastid, the same as chloroplast. Means chloroplast, it is absent in animal cell. To do what? Chloroplast is for photosynthesis. No, animals do not do photosynthesis, but plant cell, plastid or chloroplast, it is present. Centriole for the cell division, formation of the spindle fibers. Means the function of centriole is formation of spindle fibers, is present in animal cell but absent in the plant cell. Vacuole in the animal cell, it is absent but here is present. But some cases, animal cell, they have a very small vacuole, but for plant cell always is there and big, surrounded by tonoplast. Cell wall for animal, there is no cell wall, but plant they have cell wall. Microvilli present in animal cell but absent in the plant cell. Plasmodesmata, those things I haven't shown you. Plasmodesmata, it is here. These things here, this one is called plasmodesmata. Maybe I haven't shown, but keep in mind these appendages are called plasmodesmata. This one, so it is present only in plant cell but absent in animal cell. See, there is no appendages, there is no plasmodesmata in the animal cell. So I think you are understanding these things very well, and take time and review very well. So after understanding the many parts of the cell, let me talk about each part one by one. From the cell membrane, cytoplasma, talking about organelle in cytoplasma, and end up to the nucleus. So let's start. So organelle mitochondria, it is found in both plant and animal cell. Their function, it is powerhouse. Do you know function of the power? To give electricity. Means if there is no mitochondria, there is no electricity in your body. Oh, are you asking yourself how human being having electricity? No, we are having energy called ATP. Means mitochondria, it is a source of ATP in a human being. Thank you. So there is endoplasmic reticulum. When we say endoplasmic reticulum, it involves in protein synthesis helped by what? By ribosome. They transport also function. They are present in both cells. We will talk this in detail. Golgi body, their function is to process and package proteins for secretion. It means their function is transport or secretion of the proteins. They are found in both animal and plant cell. Lysosome, as I told you from the beginning, they containing digestive enzyme to break down waste. They are found in both animal and plant cell. When we say plexisome, they involve in oxidation reaction. Detoxification means when we want to remove the toxins, these plexosome are there in both plant cells and animal cells to do detoxification in the cell. So ribosome, they are there in plant and animal cell in two separate units. I will teach you. They are seat of protein synthesis. Means in any multiple choice asking you function of the ribosome, it is here. It is a seat of protein synthesis. So here it is also another summary of the organelles and their functioning. Pause and review. But all of those organelles are bounded by membrane. Some organelles in the cell, they lack envelope. Means they are there without the envelope. When you say nucleus, we know there is nuclear envelope. When you say endoplasmic reticulum, there is envelope and so on and so forth. So let me read quick. Nucleus, their function contain DNA. Function of nucleus contain the chromatin. Also they contain nucleolus for ribosome assembly. Endoplasmic reticulum transport proteins, but this is rough endoplasmic reticulum which transport protein, while smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesize lipids. Golgi apparatus, they receive protein from endoplasmic reticulum. I will teach you this. And another function, they modify and package proteins. So mitochondria, they have inner and outer membranes, seat of ATP production. When you talk about chloroplast, seat of protein synthesis, means they contain thylakoid grana and then chlorophyll are present inside. So lysosome, they contain digesting enzymes, break down materials to destroy microbes. Here it is microbes. Thank you. So let me start organelle one by one. Here we have seen those organelles which are surrounded by membrane. Means if they can ask you in multiple choice among the following organelles, which one is surrounded by membrane? So this is the answer. Okay, don't miss. And these organelles are surrounded by membrane. So let me start talking each in detail. So organelle here you are seeing, this is not cell. Don't come and say, sir, this is cell membrane, this is cytoplasm, this is nucleus. There is no hope for you. This is the nucleus. This is the nucleus. So we have seen this nucleus in the entire cell. We took this from the whole cell. We're going to study nucleus alone. Now this is nuclear envelope. This is nuclear pore. Okay. This is nuclear cytoplasma called nucleoplasma. Cytoplasma, nuclear plasma, cytoplasma. This is nucleoplasma. So here there is nucleolus. As I told you, elongation of external part of the nuclear envelope, they form what you call endoplasmic reticulum. If there is dot, which is ribosome, are going to be called the rough endoplasmic reticulum. If there is no ribosome, are going to be smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So this is an overview of this diagram of nucleus. Let you have them in the detail. Number one, nucleus, they contain cell DNA. When we say DNA, they transmit hereditary information. Means the function of nucleus, they contain DNA, which encoded instruction for making protein and other important molecules. Means, remember nucleus, if they ask you function of nucleus, they control cell activity. Because of what? Because of DNA, which is having the information or instruction of making protein, of making any important molecules. So nucleus, as I told you, is surrounded by two envelope. 1, 2. With nuclear pore, as I told you, they contain chromatin inside. Okay, this is chromatin. Chromatin where DNA bound to the protein which is called histone that condense into chromosome during cell division. So I will teach you cell division. Stay tuned in senior 5. So it contains denser spherical structures called nucleolus. Means this dot here inside is called nucleolus. So I beg you, please, student, don't say this is cell. If they give you this structure in your exam, speak this is nucleus with nuclear envelope, nuclear pore, nucleoplasma, cytoplasma, nucleoplasma, okay? Nucleolus, and this is rough endoplasmic reticulum. I hope you will do it. The function of nucleus, remember, it is a seat. It controls all cell activity because they have DNA. DNA. Thank you. Are you ready to go to the next organelle? Can you guess which organelle? Oh, thank you so much. Another organelle, it is endoplasmic reticulum. How many endoplasmic reticulum I told you? I told you that there is 2 types of endoplasmic reticulum. Can be either rough endoplasmic reticulum because of what? Because of ribosome is attached on it. When you say rough, in Kinyarwanda we say ikintu gifite utuntu tw'utubuye, okay, kitanyerera. Iyo kinyerera tubyita smooth endoplasmic reticulum, iyo kitanyerera tubyita rough. Mwari mwabona sima y'igiheri? Sima y'igiheri, it's like a rough, okay? So when you say smooth endoplasmic reticulum, there is no dot. Means smooth endoplasmic reticulum, they lack ribosome, but this one they have ribosome. So thank you. They are elongated in this structure like this called cisternae. So that is means, remember, this is nucleus. Outer membrane is elongated into endoplasmic reticulum. So let me have detail. When we say endoplasmic reticulum, it consists of series of flattened membrane-bound sac called cisternae, as I told you. Okay. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is stunted with ribosome. Very, very important. The difference between rough endoplasmic reticulum from smooth endoplasmic reticulum is because rough endoplasmic reticulum is containing ribosome. Their function is to transport protein made where? In ribosome. I hope you are understanding this. Means the rough endoplasmic reticulum, their function is to transport protein. Made where? On ribosome. Means this ribosome do protein. Now this one endoplasmic reticulum, which is rough, they transport that protein. So here, smooth endoplasmic reticulum lack ribosome. And they are not involved in protein synthesis, but they are involved in lipid synthesis. Very good. Anything related with making lipid, ask smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And remember, oil also is smooth. Oil is smooth. Remember, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, smooth, which is lipid. Okay. Means rough endoplasmic reticulum, protein synthesis. Protein transport. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, transport of the lipid or lipid synthesis. Thank you so much. I hope you are aware of endoplasmic reticulum. So, can you guess the next organelle? Very good. I hope you are remembering those organelles we are talking about are those which are enveloped. So, I will teach you also those non-enveloped organelle. They are there like people who don't have clothes. Oh my God, how are surviving in the cells? Keep watching. I hope those who are listening to this video are still courageous because it is not easy. We are supposed to struggle. Take your pen and your notebook, write everything, revise. You will do it. You're going to do it. Remember me. So when you are going to have your good grade and success in your life. Thank you so much. So let's continue by talking about next organelle. Can you guess which organelle? Very good. Next organelle, it is Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, which is viscous, which transport the what? proteins. Means protein is made in ribosome. Ribosome, they give protein to endoplasmic reticulum. Automatically, rough endoplasmic reticulum, they bring that protein to Golgi apparatus. Then Golgi apparatus take that protein and modify it, then secrete the protein to the point where it is required. Very good. This is incoming transport vesicles. Means are from where? From rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now the Golgi apparatus possess them until to form secretory vesicles, where this secretory vesicles is enclosed by the protein, which is modified either adding the carbohydrate to form glycoprotein or glycolipid. When they add the lipid, so means the function of Golgi apparatus, it is protein modification. So those who knows the biology very well, they call it traffic police. You know, the function of traffic police, they take a car, they verify if everything is there, now they allow car to go. That is also traffic police, Golgi apparatus. Thank you so much. So this Golgi apparatus also it is stack of the membrane bound, as I told you, flattened stack but not cisterna. They receive the protein from endoplasmic reticulum. They modify them by adding sugar molecule or the lipid or other things. Now they package modified the substrate into vesicles. Which vesicle? Secretory vesicles. Now to their final destination. So it means that Golgi apparatus, they receive protein from endoplasmic reticulum. They process them by adding either glucose, by adding lipid, then they pack those modified substance, which is protein. Now they carry it to the final destination through secretory vesicles. I hope this Golgi apparatus you are understanding them. Their function in short is to modify the protein and transport them to their final destination. So please don't memorize. Try to understand and read very well. Here is figure explanation. You're going to understand them very well and accurately. So thank you so much. Can you guess the next organelle? Wow! The next organelle is called mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Oh, we are coming from the traffic police, entering on the powerhouse of the cell. Oh, are you seeing this ghetto? This is the powerhouse of the cell. Having how many membrane? Double membrane. 1, 2. Even it is called outer mitochondria membrane. Very good. The next membrane is called the inner mitochondrial membrane. Very good. Very easy. And outer inner. Very good. So when you continue, this membrane is going to be elongated inside. Are you seeing these things? When they are elongated inside, are called cristae. So this is cristae, each elongated part is called elongated of inner membrane is called cristae. Now inside it is not cytoplasm. No, it is not mitochondrial plasma. No, it is called matrix. Here is matrix. Inside means the inside there is called matrix. And remember that mitochondria and chloroplast, they have their own DNA, they have their own ribosome. So what is the remaining? Between two, outer membrane and inner membrane, there is what we call intermembrane space. I hope those part of mitochondria is not complicated. Maybe in year 5 we are going to study cellular respiration. I will teach you this in detail, where I will teach you each part and the function. But even I know you are clever. You who are understanding me, you are clever. Even you can guess those roles. Okay. Thank you so much. Means by tautology, mitochondria, they have two membrane separated with fluid filled space, which is called the intermembrane space. Inner membrane is highly folded to form cristae. Those elongated or folds of inner membrane are called cristae. So the matrix is a central part, means the matrix is a central part of the mitochondria. All of this, remember, now NESA is asking multiple choice. They can ask you, inner membrane is highly folded to form A. Outer membrane. B. Intermembrane space. C. Cristae. The answer is cristae. So read this very well and understand in a way you can restart again. So the function of this mitochondria, it is a seat of ATP. Means ATP, which is energy source of human being. Human being don't use petrol. No. They use what? Which energy? ATP. Adenosine triphosphate. Production during cellular respiration. I will teach you cellular respiration in senior 5 as separate unity. Don't complicate life. Here, understand mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Okay? Made by two membrane, where between two membrane there is called intermembrane space. Okay? Inner membrane is folded to form cristae. Okay? Then matrix, it is the central part of the mitochondria. I hope you are understanding this. Can you guess the next part? Oh, so the next part here is going to be chloroplast. Very good, very good. They are like a mitochondria. But the problem, see, inner membrane is not folded. Okay. There is no elongation of inner membrane. Inner membrane. Oh my God. We are having outer membrane and inner membrane. Okay. Inside for the mitochondria, it will matrix. Here what it is called stroma. Okay? For chloroplast, we are having stroma. For mitochondria, we are having matrix. For the chloroplast, we are having stroma. Thank you so much. Remember, both DNA and, both chloroplast and the mitochondria, they have their own DNA and they have their own ribosome. So for chloroplast, they are having the unique, because this chloroplast, it is a seat of protein synthesis. Okay, remember, protein synthesis happen here in chloroplast, specifically in a part called thylakoid. I forgot to tell you where there is cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is happen in intermembrane space. Okay, here is where there is this cellular respiration. We are going to find this in senior 5. So here in the thylakoid for the chloroplast, this thylakoid is where protein synthesis happen. So when you have 1, 2, 3 thylakoid, is no longer thylakoid, is called grana or granum. Granum, it is singular, grana is plural. How these things? In primary school teachers, you put S or ES, but here, granum, their plural is called grana. Oh my God, ask yourself such question. So this granum is connected by a filament called ramera. Ramera, DNA, double membrane, stroma, granum, starch grain, thylakoid, ribosome. Thank you so much. I hope you're going to get your good marks on structure of the chloroplast. I hope you will get a good grade. So the theory here, it is a seat of protein synthesis in plant cell. As I told you, again, also have two membrane separated by fluid space, or which is called intermembrane space. Inner membrane is continuously not folded like a mitochondria with thylakoids. Okay? Thylakoid sac means when thylakoid are grouped together are called grana. Chlorophyll molecules are present in the thylakoid. Remember, chlorophyll is the one which absorbs sunlight, and sunlight together with chlorophyll, together with water, together with carbon dioxide, it will form glucose in what? In photosynthesis and the oxygen. Thank you so much. I hope this chloroplast also it is clear for you, student. Don't go and saying, I'm having a bad grade because of this teacher who is not teaching very good. Shut up. Take your time, review this video and take paper and understand each things here. You are going to be good in this chloroplast. Okay. So let's continue by talking about the lysosome. Remember, all the organelles we are talking about here are bonded. Ribosome, lysosome. Also, it is enveloped organelles surrounded by membrane. Rhizosome, can you tell me one thing in rhizosome? Yes. Rhizomes, they have digestive enzymes which kill microbes. Oh my god. Rhizome, it's like what? It's like a gun. It shoots any enemy inside the cell. Yes. Means ribosome, ribosome, there is no need to go and say detail. Means inside there is the vesicle containing the enzymes. So ribosome, it is not double membrane, means it is single membrane. It is spherical sac surrounded by single membrane, not double membrane like mitochondria and chloroplast. No, like no, even also nucleus, they are enveloped with two membrane. But rhizome here, it is single membrane. They contain powerful digestive enzyme. Keep this, please. This is the function of the rhizome, and then there is no any other part in the cell which contain powerful digestive enzyme. Only rhizome. These rhizome also are there in the sperm. They role in the breaking down materials because of what? Digestive enzyme. Digestive is breaking down the materials, destroying microorganisms, helping sperm to penetrate egg. How? The sperm, there is what you call acrosome on their head. This acrosome, they contain rhizome, which go and retrieve the ovum, then digest that ovum envelope so that the sperm can enter. Without this rhizome, the sperm can't enter in the ovum. There is no production of you. There is no production of the people like you, because there is no rhizome to digest the ovum of the woman so that they can be implantation. No, thank you. Next organelles you're going to talk are organelle without surroundings. Oh my god. It's like people without clothes. Number one here is ribosome. There is no envelope in ribosome. Keep in mind, multiple choice among the following the organelles. Which one is without envelope? Nucleus, chloroplast, mitochondria, chlorophyll, ribosome. Answer is ribosome. There is ribosome. They are there without envelope. Okay. So here it is the ribosome. So ribosome, it contains two unity, large subunity and small subunity. I will teach you this in the protein synthesis. This is messenger RNAs coming to be read by this transfer RNA so that you can have the protein. So we will study this detail in the protein synthesis. So here we are talking about only the description of the organelles. So don't complicate life, but keep in head that there is large subunity and small subunity in the ribosome. Okay? But keep in mind that ribosome, it is a seat of protein synthesis. And we will have time to look at the protein synthesis in detail in senior 5. Okay, thank you so much. So ribosome, it is a seat of photosynthesis in the cell. Thank you. Some are free in cytoplasm, as we have seen the previously, and other are binding or are bound to endoplasmic reticulum, which smooth or rough. If there is ribosome, it will be rough endoplasmic reticulum. Thank you so much. So as I told you, ribosome, they have a small subunity which read RNA, ribonucleic acid, and large subunity which join amino acid. So this is a small subunity. It will come and read this messenger RNAs. So this large subunity, this blue one, they will come and they join amino acid C. Transfer RNA, it will bring this amino acid and join it to this to form a long chain of the protein. We will have this, we will take time to look on this in the detail when you look on the protein synthesis, but it is very mandatory to understand that ribosome, it is the seat of protein synthesis. It is bound on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, or they can be free in cytoplasm. They have small subunity or large subunity. Thank you so much. So we are continuing those organelles without surroundings, without clothes. Oh my god, how they are surviving. So centrioles, I told you they can also be centromere. They are very, very, very important in cell division. In cell division, there is what we call spindle fibers, which separate chromatin. So this chromosome after separation means in the anaphase, where each part of chromosome is moving at the poles. These spindle fibers are the one to help to move this chromatin up to the pole, so that they are going to be what we call cyto, means there is a division of the cell membrane to form two daughter cells. These spindle fibers are important. Are formed by what? Centriole. Without this centriole, there is no formation of these spindle fibers, and there is no anaphase, and there is no cell division, and there is no growth. Hey, you are going to still baby as you grow. Okay, as you are born with 1 kilogram or 2 or 3. So, centriole, they are small tubes of the protein fibers. They involve in the animal cell division, okay, forming what? Spindle fibers that move chromosome in anaphase, okay. During this the cell division, please keep remembering centriole, okay, because these centriole are going to help to understand cell division, because in cell division you can't say cell division without saying spindle fibers, okay. So spindle fibers, their role, sorry, centriole, their role is, it is a protein which make spindle fibers during cell division, okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Another organelle are called vacuole. Vacuole also are found in the organelles without envelope, no surrounding, okay? They are usually found in animal cell, okay, see. Means are sac-like structure that store materials like water, salt, proteins, and carbohydrate. Means they are like sac. In the plant cell, a single larger central vacuole help to support the structure. Okay, means in osmosis, I will teach you what you call turgidity, where cell absorb the water and expand. Means once there is expansion of the cells, that is going to be structural support for the plant, because without this turgidness of the cells, the plant can fall down. Okay, plant have no bones, please. There is no bones in the plant. They are only cells. Those cells, if they are not strong, if they are not turgid, highly abundant water inside, they are going to fall down. Okay, this vacuole, this provide a structural support to the plant. Thank you so much. Some animals are animals and unicellular organisms, like you say unicellular, remember there is bacteria or amoeba. They have a contractile vacuoles that pump out excess water. Okay, like amoeba, they have this contractile vacuole which pump out excess water. Okay. We have talked about the organelle. Number 1 was ribosome, number 2 centriole, number 3 vacuole. So let me talk about cytoskeleton. As I told you, cytoskeleton, there are those filament-like structure in the cell which help act as cytoskeleton. They maintain cell integrity or the shape. Okay, they can be either microfilaments, or they can be either intermediate filaments or microtubules. All of them are combined to form cytoskeleton. Network of the protein filament help the cell to maintain its shape, even help the cell in movement. Okay, how? Like remember those amoeba, they are moving. Okay, so the main components of the cytoskeleton, they are a microfilament, actin in our muscle. There is microtubules, tubuline, also intermediate filament. It is here. Microfilament, example, it is found in actin muscle. There is what we call microtubulin, found in tubulin protein. Everything ends by in is protein, but not always in, not protein. So there is another called intermediate filament, which is here, and they look like this. Thank you so much. So let me talk about cell membrane. So, we are done with those organelles which is surrounded by envelope, nucleus, chloroplast, mitochondria, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and rough Golgi body, and even rhizosome. Those organelles which are not bonded by any envelope. Number 1, centriole. Number 2, there is ribosome, and so on and so forth. I hope you have seen them. So let me talk about the hero. Which hero? Cell membrane. So cell membrane is based on a fluid mosaic model. When you say fluid mosaic model, means there is a way to explain how a cell membrane is look like. The theory which explains a cell membrane very well is called a fluid mosaic model. When you say fluid, it says that a cell membrane is a bilayer of the phospholipid molecule, forming a basic structure. Okay, means when you say a cell membrane, it is a bilayer, means they have 2 layers of phospholipid molecule. Okay, number 1. Number 2, in that bilayer of phospholipid molecule, there is a protein molecules floating in that phospholipid bilayer. Some are free, other are bound. Okay. If they ask you what is a fluid mosaic model of cell membrane, come, sir, we are having a protein molecule floating in a phospholipid bilayer. Some are free and other are bound. You are done. Okay. Don't say it is complicated. A fluid mosaic model of cell membrane, say there is a protein molecules floating in phospholipid bilayer. Some are free and other are bound, and I'm going to teach you how. Those proteins which are free are called extrinsic proteins, means are partially bound or partially embedded in the membrane. Other are called extrinsic, X3, inside, are now inside, are inside of the cell membrane. Okay, protein spanning the bilayer. So let me tell you, this is a plasma membrane. When you say plasma membrane, it's like to say cell membrane. Okay, a fluid mosaic model which explains this plasma membrane, they says that a protein molecule, okay, are in the protein molecule are floating in the phospholipid bilayer. This is phospholipid. It is a bilayer. This is layer number 1 of phospholipid. Phospholipid, 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 layer number 1. Phospholipid, phospholipid, layer number 2. Okay. Now, a protein molecule, this one is a protein molecule, is floating in bilayer of phospholipid. Bilayer of phospholipid, okay. One are free, this one, which is called extrinsic protein, and other are bound, which is intrinsic protein or integral protein. I hope you are understanding this fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane or cell membrane. Okay. So it's better to understand the main part of this plasma membrane. Part number 1, it is this phospholipid, which is bilayer. Okay. This is lipid. Any lipid is made of glycerol and fatty acid. Fatty acid. This is glycerol, and remember that there is a phospholipid, it means there is phosphate. Okay. This is the proteins. Okay. Integral protein or the intrinsic protein or peripheral proteins. Okay. There is what you call glycolipid, means this is a glucose which is attached to the lipid, and now it's called glycolipid. This is protein. Okay. Now when glucose attached is called a glycoprotein. Okay. This is lipid. This is glucose, glycolipid. This is a protein. This is glucose, means glycoprotein. Okay. I hope you are understanding. Hydrophobic means it is a part of phospholipid which is not loving water. Okay. But which is means it. This is like a phospholipid tail, which is hydrophobic, but a phospholipid head, which is hydrophilic. This is another part of the cell membrane for more understanding. They are the same. This is integral protein, okay, or intrinsic protein. This is peripheral or extrinsic protein, means which is outside. It's like going to be outer. Now, this one which have a channel, a pore, which where those materials are entering are called the channel proteins. Okay, those are a protein. Now this is glucose. Now this will call this protein and the glucose. It's called glycoprotein. Now this is glucose and in the lipid. Okay. Now I call it glycolipid. So in the cell membrane also there is cholesterol and the other part as we have talked later. Sorry, previously. So the component of the cell membrane, component number 1, it is phospholipid with hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail. As I told you, hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail means this tail of this is a phospholipid. When you say phospholipid, it is the lipid plus phosphate group. I will teach, maybe you have to know this. So means once I'm going to talk about the lipid in the unit number 8, I will talk about the lipid very well. You will understand more. Okay. Hydrophilic means it is water loving. Hydrophobic, it is water hating. Okay, they don't love water. When you put with the water, they are going to not miscible. So there is also cholesterol, which provide a mechanical support. They make a barrier more complete. Okay, means they are there. They are there like to fill gaps. See, they are there like to fill gaps. Okay, means a cholesterol, they provide a mechanical stability and make a barrier and more complete. Channel protein allow the movement of the substances across the membrane. Carrier proteins actively move the substance across the cell membrane. The receptor sites allow the binding of the hormones and other signaling molecules, means the carrier proteins actively move the substance across the membrane. Receptor, their function is to bind the hormones or other substance coming to the cell. There is also enzyme and coenzymes involved in the metabolic process like photosynthesis and respiration. Properties of the cell membrane. Property number 1, mainly made of lipid, protein, and carbohydrate. As you have seen, there is lipid, which is phospholipid. There is glycolipid, glycoprotein, and so on. Semi-permeable means they allow something to pass in, other they don't allow to pass in. Like if those small size substance, they are passing freely, but those larger, they require carrier protein or channel protein. They have hydrophilic part and hydrophobic part. Hydrophilic, I told you, they allow water to pass, but hydrophobic, they hate water. They can't allow water to pass. It is layer of what? Of phospholipid. They are sensitive and flexible. They contain inorganic ions. So the protein and the lipid can be mobile, as I told you, what you call those fluid mosaic model, which state that the protein molecules are floating. When you say they are floating, they are moving in the layer of phospholipid as the ship is moving in the water. Okay, some protein are bound and other are free. Okay. They contain different types of enzymes and coenzymes. I hope those properties, at least you are understanding, means the cell membrane, they have all of this. And also they are having the pores, which recognize the chemical messenger. Means if you are remembering, there is a channel protein which have the pore inside. So now the function of the cell membrane, function of the cell membrane, it is envelope. You are done. They are having some receptors which will recognize those coming hormones and so on. So now they act as a selective barrier, means they control exchange between cells and the environment. Number 2, the membrane protein act as a channel chemical passage. Okay, those channel protein, they will allow some chemical to pass. So like this glycocalyx or glycoproteins and glycolipid, they are involved in cell protection, number 1. Number 2, cell adhesion, means some cells, they can attach together. So they are being done by those glycoproteins and glycolipid. Finally, they are help in uptake and entry of the selected substance. Okay. I hope the function of the cell membrane, no one say, I don't know the function of the cell membrane. There are quite many. You can even say they are protection, they are allowing things to enter. I hope you are seeing this. Make your summary because this video is going to help you to have a high baggage in biology. Thank you so much. So that was all about the part of the cells and their function. I hope now you are able to draw the cell and putting those organelles and their function and how they are intervening in the metabolism of normal body processes. So let me have a look on a types of the cell. Cell can be either prokaryotic cell or eukaryotic cell. Means in this world we have two types of the cell. Prokaryotic cell which do not have nucleus and eukaryotic cell which have nucleus. Okay? There are two main types of cell as I told you, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Don't say that there is animal cell and plant cell. Wrong. That is zero. Means we have prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Okay? When we say prokaryotic cell, we are saying a cell which lack true nucleus. Means no membrane bound organelle. Okay, means they lack true nucleus, number one, and they lack also membrane bound organelle. No chloroplast, no nuclear envelope, no nucleus, no mitochondria, no rhizosome. I think you remember those organelles which are membrane bound. Okay, example here is bacteria. Bacteria is prokaryotic cell. They are found in kingdom called Monera. Those kingdom, all organelles found in kingdom Monera are prokaryotic cell, which means what? No true nucleus and no membrane-bound organelle. I hope you are remembering those organelles surrounded by membrane. Thank you. So for eukaryotic cell, it is opposite. They have true nucleus and they have membrane-bound organelles. I hope if they ask you to differentiate prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, this is the answer. Example, Plantae kingdom Animalia, kingdom Fungi, and even prokaryotic cell. All of them, they are eukaryotic cell to mean that they are nucleus and those organelles bound membrane. Okay? So this is also another additional information. When we say prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, it means all of them, they have, means prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, they have cell membrane, they have cell membrane, all of them, they have ribosome. Are you understanding this? Both prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, they have cell membrane, they have ribosome. But prokaryotic cell, no, they have also DNA or nucleoid, which means in this nucleoid they have circular DNA. That's why they said there is no true nucleus. But eukaryotic cell, they have nucleus, which is true nucleus. When we say true nucleus, it is a nucleus which contain those things we have seen in previously. And we are having all those organelles, and they have linear DNA. Keep in head, prokaryotic cells, they have circular DNA, while eukaryotic cells, they have linear DNA. So those are the diagram of the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So when we say prokaryote, usually we are talking about the bacteria. So the comparison between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. But remember, in eukaryotic cell, we have seen that eukaryotic cell can be either plant and animal. To mean that plant cell and animal cell, all of them, they are eukaryotic cell. You are understanding that clue? Means when you say plant cell and animal cell, all of them, they are eukaryotic cell. I hope you have seen they have organelles. They have the nucleus, which is true. But prokaryotic cell, they lack true nucleus. But even if the plant cell and animal cell, they are found in eukaryotic cell, okay, but they are still different, okay. For example, here we have chloroplast, but here there is no chloroplast. So let me have the comparative table which explain this very well. So in the criteria of the cell membrane, prokaryotic cell is present, present, present. Either bacteria or prokaryotic cell or plant cell or animal cell, animal cell. When you go to the cell wall, prokaryote they have cell wall, but eukaryotic plant cell they have cell wall, but it is exception. Animal cell no cell wall, cell wall. Thank you. Nuclear envelope they are supposed to be absent in the prokaryote, okay? But in other eukaryotic cell they are supposed to have nuclear envelope, nuclear envelope. Chromosome, all of them they have chromosome, but difference. Remember prokaryote they have a circular, but other is present but in linear. When you say linear, it's like a thread-like, okay? Hakagozi. Mitochondria, it is absent in prokaryote, but present in other remaining. Chloroplast, it is absent in protozoa, prokaryote or bacteria, and absent in animal cell, but present only in plant cell. Endoplasmic reticulum is absent in prokaryote, but present in other remaining. Golgi body, absent in prokaryote, but present in other remaining. Ribosome, they are present in all of them, but even if is in all of them, they are not equal. In prokaryote is small, but other is large. Vacuole is absent in the prokaryote and animal cell, but present in plant cell, but some animal cell they have small vacuole. Rhizosome, they are absent in prokaryote, but present in plant cell and in animal cell. Centriole absent in prokaryote and in plant cell, but always present in animal cell. They can ask you multiple choice. Centriole is present in which cell? Prokaryote, plant cell, animal cell, fungi cell. The answer is animal cell. Animal cell. Thank you so much. I hope this table is summarizing everything. Please, student, make your note and understand each and everything, because when you know this table, you are going to have your full marks, and it is not mandatory to understand, to memorize this table, because you have seen these things previously. You are supposed to know each part in the cells, okay? Then you are going to be able to have a good information on this table. Thank you. So now we are understanding the cell and their main part and their function. We are having the comparison between a karyotic cell and a prokaryotic cell. Let me have a look on what we call specialized cells. When do we say things is specialized in some career? You are specialized if you are doing a particular function which is not done by usual people. You are specialized if you are doing a specific function which can't be able to be done by everyone else, okay? And then when we say specialized cell, means are those cells which are specialized, which are performing a specific duty, which are trained to do a specific function. For example, sperm. Their role is going to make fertilization and having a baby. When you say blood cells, their role only is to transport oxygen, red blood cells. When we say epithelial cells are there for aligning the body vesicles, okay? So let's have a look on those specialized cells, not talking in the tautologies. So specialized cell, before talking about specialized cell, let's say about differentiation. Differentiation is a process where cell becomes specialized to perform a specific function, okay? It means that when cells is becoming specialized, the process is called differentiation, okay? Means in differentiation there is different. It is being trained to be different from normal cell. Thank you. Now a stem cell are a specialized cell that can differentiate into various types of cell. Suppose that this is cell which is able to produce those different cells. Okay. Stem cells are there, is not specialized, is able to produce many cells from one cell. Means one cell can produce more than one cell type. Muscle cell, fat cell, bone cell, blood cell, nerve cell, what cell, what cell. At this level, we can continue by understanding cell specialization involves a change in a cell shape, organelle content, and cellular function. So when we say cell is specialized, some change is supposed to be occur in shape. See, like these red blood cells, their shape is concave shape. We have seen previously the animal cell it is oval shape, but now it is the concave shape. See, sperm shape is not oval, is elongated. See, fat cell how it look like. See, epithelial cell how it look like. It's like not cell, okay? But they are supposed to have nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell membrane. Each cell is supposed to have nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell membrane. But the organelle content can be different. For example, this red blood cell do not have nucleus. That is the change in the organelle content. So now let's start by specialized cell in animal. Means animal cell specialized. Okay, there is specialized cell in animal and specialized cell in plant because animal and plant all of them are living organisms. Thank you. Now specialized cell number one in animal, number one, it is called red blood cell or erythrocytes. They are specialized how? Do not have nucleus, do not have mitochondria, do not have Golgi apparatus, and also there is no rough endoplasmic reticulum. Oh my God! How the cell, what this can be the cell? Of course it is the cell. It is cell which is called specialized. Specialized to do what? To pack, means are packed with hemoglobin to transport oxygen. If those organelles are there in this cell, which is red blood cell, they can't be able to pack enough hemoglobin to transport oxygen where? To the tissue. To do what? To do respiration. For what? For producing ATP. Okay. Means keep in head that red blood cells, they lack those organelles. Why this? To have a space where hemoglobin are going to be packed inside so that they can transport oxygen. I hope you are understanding. This is the red blood cells, okay? Now sperm cell, which is this one, they are small and elongated in shape, okay? They are not oval, they are small and they are elongated. They have what we call flagellum. This tail-like are called the flagellum, which help motility. What we call specifically it is movement. Means this flagella, they are helping them in the motility, cell movement. Now they contain many mitochondria and acrosome. Remember in acrosome I told you there is rhizosome which contain a digestive enzyme to fertilize an egg. If they can ask you how sperm cells are adapted to their function. They are small, they are elongated in shape, and they have also flagellum which help them to move. Okay, number one. Number two, they contain many mitochondria and acrosome, which is rhizosome enzyme, to fertilize egg. Your marks are done. Thank you. Nerve cell or neurons is here. Neurons, okay? Nerve cells, they are electrically excitable to transmit information through electrical and chemical signals. Means are adapted to have what we call myelin sheath. We will study this in senior 6 when we are going to study very well nerve system. We are going to have these neurons very well. But keep in head that neurons are nerve cells which is specialized only to transport information through electrical and chemical signals. The normal cell can't do this. Without myelin sheath, axon, they can't transport the information in electrical and chemical signals. I hope you are understanding how those cells are now trained to be special for particular function. Another cell is called epithelial cell, this one. Epithelial cells, they are their protection. They are aligning our visceral organs, like those GIT, gastrointestinal, means they protect the body, they select mucus, enzyme, hormones, and sweets. Smooth muscle, this one, smooth muscle cell, there is no striations and they allow smooth motion. There is pigment cells, melanocytes of the skin. Those skin which make us black, determine skin color, means pigment cell or melanocytes. When things called cytes means cell. Melanocytes, they provide what we call melanin, which make us black. Means we are black because we have melanocytes which make high amount of melanin. Okay, these pigment cells, they contain a pigment to determine a skin color. You appear to be red because you have a very low amount of the pigment cell, which is melanocytes. There is what we call fram cells in the insect, which are specialized excretory cells in invertebrates to remove the waste. I hope you are having your specialized cell in the animal. I hope you are going to use it very well and getting good marks. Specifically, keep in head red blood cell and sperm, because those two you're going to see in your paper of your national exam. How red blood cells are adapted to do their function. Number one, they lack a nucleus, mitochondria, and other organelles so that they can pack enough hemoglobin to transport oxygen. This hemoglobin, their function is to transport oxygen. Means if there is organelles in these red blood cells, there are going to be not enough space for hemoglobin so that they can transport oxygen. For the sperm, they are adapted to do their function because they are elongated in shape. They have a flagellum which they help them to move very well. Okay, and they contain many mitochondria to do what? To give energy. And they have acrosome to do what? To digest the envelope of the ovum. This envelope, acrosome, they come and digest so that the sperm can enter. Thank you so much. Number one, let we talk about a specialized cell in plant cell. Okay? Okay? At this level, not only human being or the animals which have the 10 cells, and also the plant cells, they have other cells which are not the normal cells. See the cell here. They are elongated. Okay? This one are called root hair cells. Okay? Number one, it is called root hair cells, which is specialized to increase surface area of water and mineral absorption. Okay, means if there is no specialization in the roots, there is no absorption of water. But there is roots hair which have a thin membrane so that to increase surface area for water and mineral salt absorption. There is another which is called palisade cells. Those palisade cells are not found in the roots as this. They are found in the leaves. They are vertical, elongated with many chloroplasts. For doing what? Photosynthesis. Okay. Means these roots here, they are increased the surface area. To do what? To absorb more water and minerals. These palisade cells in the leaf, they have many chloroplasts. To do what? To do photosynthesis. Palisade, they have many chloroplasts to do maximum photosynthesis. Another is called the parenchyma cells and differentiated deriving cells for storage and photosynthesis and back of the tissue. Usually these parenchyma cells, they are found in the stem cells. Another one and very super duper important, we are going to have many information on this when we look on senior 5 photosynthesis. We're going to look what we call stomata. Stomata, which is protected by a guard cells. Guard, they are very good guard man. Guard cells are surrounding stomata and regulate gas exchange opening and closing stomata. Means they are guard here, seeing which time is good to open this stomata, which time is good to close this stomata. Means are here sensing like if there is enough water, if there is more water in the plant, they're supposed to open water out, even oxygen released out, open. When it open, also carbon dioxide can enter in the leaves, so that more processes in the plant can happen properly. So guard cells are their surrounding stomata and regulate the gas exchange by opening and closing stomata. So if they ask you which cells open and close stomata, it's up to you. It is guard cells. So in the summary, specialized cells are there in both animal and plant. They have a unique structure and function. Okay, and function. They allow them to perform their specific role within organism. So I hope I tried my best to explain this cell from structure, function. We have talked about also those prokaryotic cells and karyotic cells, and I have tried to pass you in the specialized cells either in plant and animals. Stay tuned, and if you found this video very important, please make sure you have subscribed. But before leaving, I have here a good motivational speech you have to understand, so that keep growing. Thank you so much.
Do you think it's easy? Absolutely not. Of course it's hard. It was supposed to be hard. If it was that way easy, everybody would have done it. The chapter you are learning today is going to save someone's life tomorrow, so kindly pay attention. You are going to become someone's hope, someone's hero tomorrow. You are
So it is not easy. Keep learning. You're going to get good grade in biology. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.